How's your weekend? As promised, in this video, we will be sharing with you the second part of our short Johor Bahru trip. Another beautiful tourist destination that we visited was the Tanyokni Heritage Street. I went here in the morning at around 10 a.m. with my son since my husband was at work, so he cannot join us that day. The Grab driver dropped us off at the back end of the street, but even from afar, I immediately spotted where our first stop was, the famous Yap Jew Bakery. From what I gathered, they are well known for their banana bread and other flavor-filled buns, which are all baked traditionally using a wood fire. So in this frame, you will see the wood that they use for baking. Also, I was told from the people there that the crew here are actually members of the family as well, since this is a family-run business. Our total wait time was around 2 hours. We had to wait for the banana bread to arrive at the bakery. I think only the flavor-filled buns were being baked at the store, but the banana bread were being baked at a different location. Also earlier that day, we saw I think 2 vans arrive at the bakery and pick up boxes of baked banana bread, and we were told these are going to be delivered to Singapore because there are many local sellers there that sell this banana bread in Singapore as well.
Can I have some?
But just the same, even if the banana bread was prepared somewhere else, I think they still used brick oven for it because texture and flavor wise, it has that charred outside and mildly smoky flavor in the inside. It is subtly sweet and not so sugary, and also it is airy and bouncy. Actually, it won't leave you feeling bloated, to be honest, because it wasn't very dense. Although it has to be consumed within 2 days because they said it has no preservatives. But to be honest with you, ours didn't last that long. We finished it in one sitting. Actually, our son finished most of it because I really love the texture and the taste. Here, my son is trying out Yap Jew coconut bun. So outside, it's a little crunchy and slightly charred, and inside, it's soft and there are shredded coconuts with gula melaka. We do have the same bread in the back home in the Philippines. It's called the pan de coco, but it's more on the sweet end. So maybe that's why we felt like there's something missing, because we would prefer if it's a lot more sweeter. But just the same, I think it's really worth a try. Next on our list is another bakery, and it is the oldest one in Johor. It is the Salauddin Bakery at Jalando. The bakery is very antique looking. Everything is vintage. Even this right there, the wood-fired oven, which until now they still use to bake their famous curry puffs, breads, and muffins. For me, I appreciate the simplicity of the place because it wasn't intimidating at all. It's a feeling of like you're being given a chance to see how a Malaysian bakery would look like back in the day. Best seller. Curry puff. Also price wise, it is pretty cheap because one serving of curry puff would be enough for 2 people. In the following short video, I will be taking you to a walking heritage tour of the old town Johor Bahru, mainly along Jalan Tan Hiokni. Immediately upon entering the Jalan Tan Hiokni Street, you will be greeted by the Yap Jew Bakery on your left, and opposite it is a famous kopitiam, as evidenced by the large number of locals and non-locals that are already there having their break during that time. I took this video right after I purchased the banana bread and coconut bun at Yap Jew and resting at my news, and this was already around 1 p.m. And as you can see, the line at Yap Jew was still very long. That's how famous they are.
Let's go. Chase.
To tell you frankly, I'm a little bit disappointed when I got here because I thought I will be greeted with many old school restaurants and cafes, but Jalan Tan Hiokni was just a short walk, so it wouldn't really take much of your time, and most of the shops here were already closed for business, or maybe it was just closed during the time that we got there. At the junction of Jalan Pahang and Jalan Tan Hiokni, you will see the most photographed building here, called the Red House, for obvious reasons because it's red. I read in an article it was previously owned by a wealthy family, but now it has become Mary Brown. I was a little sad because I think that the building or the house has so much history in it, and there's more things that you can do with it than just turn it into a restaurant. Further at the end of the Jalan Tan Hiokni, you will spot many thrift stores, and one of those is this quaint little shop that I spotted, and I was able to buy that dress for RM10, so that was a good steal. In this part of the video, you will notice that left and right, most of the shops have already closed, and I hope that this is just temporary and that they will resume operations again. After all, the borders have already opened, and I'm pretty sure businesses will boom again. We also spotted here the Ampawa boat noodle, and this is very famous for their Thai boat noodles, but I opted not to try it during that time because my husband wasn't with us, and I just want to experience it all first with him. We ended our short tour at around 2 p.m. and I'm just so proud of my little guy here because for him, we just went on an adventure and so game. This ends our video this week. Thank you again for liking, supporting, subscribing, sharing, and we'll see you again next week. Bye!